no link. And then the next thing I know, I'm here and you're not. You're late once again.
Amit, help me out here.
I'm just saying, I was here at 9:30.
I love that we're live.
Straight.
It's Roy's not even here, and Tanner is still getting
unduly flamed right now.
In all fairness, admit who came in first. I was on here, and then Tanner came in next.
Bro, no, we got put on stage at the exact same time.
I got to take Tanner's side here.
That is not how I saw it go down.
Well, here's all the comments about Steve. Yes, folks, we do have a treat tonight, Mr. Steven Fiorillo. Roy cannot make it tonight. He is on vacation with his wife. Hopefully he enjoys himself. So we have Steve here. Apparently Sam Altman just tweeted something. Tanner just told me.
Yes, he did. He sure did. Did you find it yet?
This is a bunch of AI stuff. Okay, we'll talk about this.
What do you mean it's a bunch of AI stuff? It's Sam Altman.
Yeah, this is not groundbreaking news.
Go to the bottom. Go to the bottom.
You're looking at this tweet, right? This, like, it deserves a segment, but it's not like, oh my goodness, like
Yeah, go to the bottom.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, but we all know they should be spending more on. Yeah, it's bullish. It's bullish. We'll talk about it. We are doubling our compute fleet. Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll discuss it.
Doesn't like a good tweet for Nvidia.
No, it's good. It's good. We'll have a lot to talk about when it comes to Nvidia. So, welcome everybody to Tech Bros. We're here live. We're here with Mr. Steven Fiorillo, who was nice enough to join us today as we are down one person. Steve, how are you doing?
Great. How are you doing?
Doing great. Tanner, how are you?
I'm awesome, man. I'm doing great.
Okay. What I bought a couple hours ago?
You asking me?
Yeah. Take a guess what I bought a couple hours ago.
A stock? You bought a stock?
Well, it's a alternative asset.
Oh, boy.
Our buddy Alex may be sending me some Chinese Pokemon booster boxes.
They make Chinese versions of this stuff?
Let's just put it this way. The Gengar / Pikachu card out of it is selling for over $2,000 right now. It's crazy.
Tanner, has Steve been able to get you hooked onto these alternative assets or no? You don't?
No. Not that I don't see value in it. I mean, nostalgia is a real thing and it's a huge IP. I just I don't like anything physical. I mean, maybe if one day they come out with an NFT. No, I'm joking. But no, I don't care that much. Stocks are doing fine. Why diversify away?
Yeah, I mean, look,
if the economy goes down, I don't know how strong Pokemons are going to do.
There is a massive market for them, though, and that is exciting, but I'm not that deep into them either. Okay, so let's do this topic while we'll let Steve get settled in, but you and I can talk to this, and then we'll get into all the other tech stuff. Robinhood, all-time highs, very exciting to see. We did hit 117 today. We ended down about at 113.60. Why do you think the street's giving us more of a multiple, Tanner?
I think just general volume. Crypto's doing very well. Equities, options. I think here in a couple days, we're going to see July numbers. I think it's just going to be a smashing success. They're taking market share. They're getting ready to put out banking. We're getting closer to those releases. We have their September event coming out, the Hood Summit. And then I think the Wall Street analysts are realizing that it's just going to happen all over again next year. And during bear markets, it might not be the most positive signs for Robinhood, but overall, even in bear markets, they're going to take market share away from the existing institutions and put it towards a Robinhood where people are going to get better rates, more amount of their own money back, and because they don't have any tech debt and everything is set up very, very modern, that they can expand that internationally and keep extremely low rates while like cost to serve stays down, and they can offer their customers the best rates possible, meaning that more people are going to transact more often. And I think you see that as the best example with the person that's in here with us today. Steven, even using Robinhood for cryptocurrency, is a pretty great example of people switching to Robinhood based on cost and low cost to serve that can allow them to offer that type of product.
I mean, look, I'm cheap. If it's going to save me money, I'm with it. And the facts are, when I looked at Robinhood versus Coinbase, it wasn't just a little bit cheaper. It was significantly cheaper, where I don't know why you would purchase on Coinbase if Robinhood has the cryptocurrency as a tradable asset. It's just the economics behind it does not make sense.
Agreed. And speaking of Ethereum and crypto, I mean, obviously Ethereum had a little bit of a move over the weekend. I think it's hovering just above 4,200 right now, 4,277. I mean, look, this is really bullish for Hood because of transaction volumes. That's massive for Robinhood, and because of staking. As more people stake on the platform, Robinhood takes a percentage of that. Our good friend of the channel, Josh, looked at some preliminary crypto numbers. And he says, look, if this can continue for another 1.5 months, which is unlikely for August and September, but even if it's kind of close to it, he's looking at $1.3 billion of revenue coming in for Q3. Now, that's not going to be easy because crypto is going to have to play a big part of that. But July metrics, as Tanner said, we're going to be getting those metrics in really 2 days on Wednesday. And we already know management said crypto was at a 6-month high and equities and options was at an all-time high, along with margin being at an all-time high. August is supposed to be a crappy month. August so far has been relatively decent in terms of the equity markets and the momentum that we've seen. Ethereum going up also helps the AUC for Robinhood. So, Tanner, you think Q3 could be an above $1 billion quarter for Robinhood?
It's early to tell. But yes, of course. I mean, we continue to grow. Bitstamp will be there all 3 months. Like it's going to be a lot more volume than we're expecting or that we're used to. And as long as the markets can keep up, but anything can happen. That can turn around with a single bad macro report. Trump can say something. Who knows? But so far, if we expand out what July has done, it will be a smashing quarter for Robinhood.
Yeah.
And that's without their metrics of taking any more market share, anything along these lines.
Yeah, it could be very exciting. I mean, like 120, 130, if we get S&P 500 anywhere near 6,800 by the end of the, I mean, like, kind of feels low to me. It feels like this can smash through. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but still, you know.
I bought this company late, okay? And some people said, how could I possibly buy at $17 a share? And now we're $100 above my original purchase price. Insanity. I mean, the execution that they've done and taken advantage of such a bull market, and the strategy that they had in order to do that was pay a lot for their customers, and the customers will pay us back over time. And that took a lot of flack, but it's worked out for them in spades, and the margins are incredibly high. I don't know. Very excited. And I don't have to sell. It's a great thing. I could just keep holding this till, you know, what Devin Ryan says, the inevitable $400 or $500 per share.
That's the thing. It's like no one feels like selling, bro. And we know if the market tanks, Robin is going to tank. Like everyone knows that, but everyone's excited to buy that dip.
Yes, bro.
It's like, okay, you want to give it to me cheaper? Like go, because now it's very hard to find companies you trust and that you know will be good stewards of capital. And I think Vlad has proved he can be a good steward of capital and really innovate and execute. I mean, we have another event coming up in September. Like that's crazy. 3 events in a year. It's not easy to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it can be exciting. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you've made some comments and probably Steve would back you here publicly, but I'm going to disagree with Steve. You've said a couple times that Steve will not be a shareholder of Robinhood. And Steve has also agreed with you to say he will not be a shareholder of Robinhood.
Yeah.
I am here to say he will absolutely be a shareholder of Robinhood. Put it on my name. I guarantee.
Why are you so confident that Steve would, if he hasn't bought it since $8, why would
he buy
it?
Define direct or indirect.
Direct, not your wife's.
Direct,
account,
obviously.
No, because I'm just saying, I don't want any of this bull where they get added to the S&P and, Steve's a shareholder of Robinhood.
Direct shareholder.
Okay, direct shareholder. I promise you, 0% chance of happening.
Yeah.
Why do you hate Robinhood
Not
so
even
much?
a 1% chance. 0%.
Yeah,
Who hurt
you
you,
said
bro?
you
Who
said
hurt
the same word for word comments about Block, but I know you as an investor 100%, and you cannot help but look at companies' historic execution, and if you see a dip, you buy it. Okay, so you're going to see this company historically outperform. You're not going to worry about whether you're going to use it or not. Okay, and then
I mean, I
if
am
we
using it.
Wait, hold on.
even more likely to
Can
purchase.
we back up a little bit, Steve? I have not asked you this because you're your own person. I don't really care. But why have you not just bought the stock in the past 5 months? Like what has been the holdup?
I don't know.
You've seen the earnings growth. Like you can't argue with it. I know you can't argue. You love the earnings.
Yeah, I
growth.
mean, look, I think it's overvalued.
Yeah, so if there comes a day where you don't think it's overvalued, there's a 0% chance you buy it.
Because you want me to buy it, there's a 0% chance I'm buying it.
You said that about Block too, and you
I
had.
didn't know. I never said that about Block.
I have it on recording.
No,
so
you
I'm
did.
gonna-
I remember
I
you saying
said- I do not really like Dorsey, and I
No.
really don't like the.
No. Your
It's
argument
about
with
to be
Dorsey.
publicized.
No.
You said 100% not, and there was a political
really?
reason as well. You hated Block.
I
No,
did.
but also you hated their stock-based comp. I remember this. It was a billion.
I 100% hate their stock-based comp. I still do.
But then you bought it.
But then I bought
You can't turn down a deal. You love a good deal, and we love you for it. But
I'm
you'll
not
hold
buying
4,000
Robinhood, I
stocks if you
promise
think
you
there's
that.
4,000 viable companies.
I think Steve thinks it's a kiddie company. It's a little baby platform. He doesn't see the value in it. I don't get how you can't overlook that ideological belief and see the earnings. But
No. So I
Especially
think the
now that you're a
network
user.
benefits of Robinhood are amazing for its clients. They've done an exceptional job of building out the network benefits if you use multiple products. And the Robinhood Gold with the credit card, look, it's phenomenal. I still don't understand why people use it over other platforms for equities. For crypto, I get it because it's cheaper, but it's not for me. It's not something I would use for equities. And
no, but Steve, you also like you are own Tesla stock, even though you're not a shareholder of. You don't have a Tesla car. So why is that the argument that you don't use the platform? Therefore, but now you do.
And you are a user.
right, I'm a user for crypto now.
But like,
Yeah.
I think there's something deeper. I don't think it's the numbers. I think there's like, you don't like Vlad or something like that's.
I think it's the kiddie company thing. I think he does think that.
But it's weird, bro. You don't like this company. There's something deeper.
Yeah, I just don't. It's not for me.
You're not disrespectful towards them. You don't badmouth them, but you
No,
don't
their
like
look, their earnings and revenue growth, their margins, what they've built, their execution, gold stars.
So why wouldn't you buy it then?
Just don't want to buy it.
Yeah, see, I think that's why I think he'll never buy it. Something deeper. Just not a fan of it.
Tanner, are you this bullish on SoFi?
What do you mean?
Are you this bullish on SoFi the way that you're bullish on Robinhood?
Yes.
Really?
Well, we're going to talk about SoFi today because
I
Tanner
am-
put out a video.
So
I'm
do
the
you,
most
you
bullish
really
I've
think that
been-
they're going to do something big?
I'm the most bullish I've been on the company history. I can't say I've been the most bullish on the stock just because at $4, $6, like those were just like it was near a guarantee. I mean, the chance that they were going to succeed was unbelievable. But I really do think that we've hit an inflection point, and that the company that people were bashing in 2022 and 2023 is no longer the same company that you see here in 2025. And the moves that Robinhood have made are the ones that SoFi is following. And I think that you could see the similar levels of extremely high double-digit growth.
So where do you think SoFi goes?
Okay, so we transition to SoFi. We'll get into. So I think. Hold on. I don't think we have any other Robinhood news. I mean, we hit all-time highs, but yeah, we
Yeah,
covered
we
the
get
earnings
July
last week.
numbers, I think, on Wednesday.
Yeah, so next Monday we will discuss the July numbers. But yeah, I think in general, I think Robinhood's going higher from here. So that's my
Me too.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Me too. I'm such a happy, content shareholder with that company. And like you said, any dip will just get immediately bought up by retail. Unless the company makes a mistake, which they have, like, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, like that.
Shame on me. Yeah.
That will happen. So Robinhood has to be very careful, and they know that. But that's also why I also feel very comfortable, because every product that they drop from here on out, they understand that the stakes are extremely high this time.
Which is why they have been slow on the credit card, because they do not want to give people 3 million cards and then they have to take away the 3% branding. Like, they're being very methodical, profitably. And I think they're going to be able to continue to do that for the next coming years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So you messaged me, Tanner, yesterday, exclaiming that you're getting a lot more bullish on SoFi. You're already a super bull, but you're getting a lot more bullish. You put out a video today talking about your bull thesis and that you're buying more.
Yeah.
Why are you buying more?
I think it started in Q3 of 2024, and you can see that in the stock as well, in the stock price. But the loan platform business is a massive part. And I think what it's allowing them to do is ramp up sales and marketing. They're going to spend a ton on new customer acquisition. And that's going to lead to member growth that people have not been projecting going forward. I think the comments that Anthony Noto has made about 50 million members over the next 5 years, these sort of comments have gone on deaf ears. But now I'm actually starting to believe him, because whenever you look at their numbers, for every $300 they spend, they get a new paying customer. Sounds high, but the truth is that companies like Robinhood even have a very hard time replicating that business model. That they will have times where they have $50 of customer acquisition. They'll have other times where they have $1,500 per customer acquisition. And I think SoFi's marketing is so good, and they know their targeted demographic, that they can continue this strategy of going out to new members or going out to the public and collecting new members. And the average revenue per user that they're collecting is skyrocketing on the revenue and on the margin. So it's just a ton of operating leverage. We have a perfect lending macro for them right now. The loan platform business, I think, could be larger than Upstart. And on the back of that, they have, a one-stop shop that you're realizing, like people thought whenever Chime went public that they were going to show numbers that made SoFi's look out of, and then we saw them show off their Q2 numbers, and you're like, oh my God, like SoFi looks way better than this company. It's incredible. So,
okay,
I don't know.
So Steve, are you buying more SoFi here?
No.
Why?
I'm not really buying anything at the moment except for Ethereum.
Dude, when do you think, like a year ago, I could not bet that that's what the sentence would come out of Steve.
Because I'm becoming a full-on crypto bro.
Yeah,
I have also I'm super bullish on Ethereum right now.
dude, did Tom Lee just ETH pill all of us?
No, so I'm not buying any equities at the moment. The most recent purchase, I bought a little bit more Misty, and I'm waiting until September. And Tesla's running again, so I may actually not exit in September. I may roll 1 month because of how much it's freaking ran. But I am exiting Tesla this fall at some point.
No, you're not. You're gonna keep rolling.
No, I am, because I have to buy more Palantir, unfortunately.
Oh, you're gonna swap Tessie for Palantir?
Yeah, I don't have a choice. I gotta do it because the covered call premiums are so much bigger, and I gotta use it to generate income to buy back my other calls.
Okay, so but do you agree with Tanner's argument that? Oh, so Tanner, short term, where do you see SoFi going?
Well, I don't really put short-term price targets on things. I don't know. I hope. I'd like to see the stock double again over the next 4 quarter reports.
So 40 in a year, theoretically. We're not holding you to that, but you think that's possible.
Yeah. Yeah. Over the year, not end of year or something like this, but I want to see 4 quarterly reports. Because I think that those are really important for SoFi. Remember, they continue to beat and raise. They did a massive capital, raise, which I actually don't think is EPS neutral, which is what management said. I actually think it's very EPS positive. And I only think it's going to go back into juicing their growth rates. Like, if you want to see what a company is trying to go after, look at what the products that they're working on. Chime builds all their products for secured credit and all of these products that are helping people get their, financial lives in order. Robinhood is offering people high cashback credit cards and private banking and all of these things. You can tell that they're going after more affluent customers. SoFi, everything that they've been putting out in the last month, I mean, they're doing 5 different, promotions, what seems like a week, on getting people over to SoFi Plus. That's the equivalent of Robinhood Gold. Okay. And that is spiking up the average revenue per user, products per customer, the amount that people come back. And I just think, wow, oh, wow. Like,
so would you buy more Nvidia here or SoFi?
well, I'm actively buying SoFi and I'm not buying Nvidia.
Okay. So you're getting really bullish on SoFi here.
I look at Wall Street, even Devin Ryan. I think he's a great analyst. He thinks that they're going to do 28 cents of EPS. Well, like management is saying 31 cents. They've never undercut their guide before. That was before the capital raise. So I think that they're probably going to be somewhere along the lines of 33 to 38 cents of EPS. And some of Wall Street's best analysts on Wall Street are saying 28 cents. I think they're so far off that whenever SoFi does prove them wrong and shows up with higher member counts, higher growth rates, like if you just go through SoFi's guidance report, it's a straight lie. They say they're going to have a certain level of growth in tech platform, financial services, and lending. They show each segment. If you add up those segments, it doesn't even add up to the amount of revenue that they say they're going to grow by. It's like way, way under. Like they're sandbagging so hard that they didn't even do the math to realize that it doesn't even add up. And like they say, financial services is going to grow at 60 to 65%. It has to grow at like 80% for them to even hit their guidance. So
I also like the stock recovering from the dilution. I mean, it's basically at the levels it was after earnings. So
yeah. Which means they got out with 7% dilution, 8% dilution. The market didn't care at all.
Yeah. Agreed. Okay.
We're getting into the Morgan Stanley index, the world index. That comes August 26th, and they're eligible for the S&P 500. I think that they could end up getting in maybe over the next 12, 18 months. Who knows? I'm just excited. That's all. But we have other stocks to talk about. I did actually want to talk about Ethereum. I'm a SBET holder.
Okay, let's do ETH real quick, then we'll go to Nvidia. Steve, are you buying Treasury or you're just buying Ethereum?
I'm just buying it straight Ethereum.
Okay, Tanner, how are you playing Ethereum?
SBET. I think I made a mistake.
Yeah, dude, how do you not trust Tom Lee, bro?
It's not that I don't trust it. I just looked at their multiples on NAV and I'm like, okay, well, this one's cheaper and they're both doing the same thing. I don't understand how one gets more leverage than the other.
It is kind of confusing, to be honest.
And one's at a much higher premium. So I'm just, okay, I'll buy the other one that also is expanding extremely quickly. They do a report on their ETH holdings every week and they're growing.
I'll tell you what adds the premium to BM&R. The guy who's on every podcast talking about Ethereum, right? Tom Lee.
Definitely. But I think that helps ETH in general.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
I think that they're right that whenever people talk about ETH, they talk about it as a cryptocurrency, and that scares away a lot of investors. But if you just think of ETH as a technology company like Palantir, it makes a lot more sense in my head.
Yeah, agreed.
Like a bunch of companies are switching over. They're not just same thing with Palantir. Not only are they using this technology, but they're adamantly telling others to use it. They're saying, hey, this is helping us. They're doing almost their own AIP cons here. They're saying their use cases. It increases security, makes payments instant, makes digital real world assets. Robinhood's one of the first comers in this space. But I think that the whole financial ecosystem will be run on some form of blockchain, but there is real network effects here. So whether it's Ethereum or Solana or some other one, I think Ethereum has some pretty interesting first movers advantages because some financial institutions have already chosen them for their stable coins and these sort of things. So I'm very bullish on that. And Ethereum is essentially, if you look at them like a technology company, they're doing buybacks and they pay a dividend. So it's kind of interesting for these treasury companies that you're getting something that actually does have a reward for holding it, unlike Bitcoin, which I never understood the case. Like, if the treasuries wait on Ethereum, you're still making money. If Bitcoin, if it stands still, you're in a little bit of hot water. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm seeing that wrong. If you guys maybe could correct me on that.
What's the Tom Lee ticker?
BMNR.
BMNR. Yes. They have 1 million ETH, bro. 1.15 million at this point.
Yeah. I forget what SBET's at. I think they're at like 809 or 900,000, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty incredible. And I agree with you. I think Ethereum as a ecosystem play around stablecoins and tokenization, like it's not that hard to understand it. Like it
They have more than 1 million. They got 1.15 million now.
Yeah. Yeah. They bought more this morning. And they authorized the $1 billion share buyback, dude, if it goes below their NAV. Like you got Founders Fund, Peter Thiel's involved. You got a lot of people that are in this name and giving it momentum.
That's also what gets me excited. Like, you know, there's a lot of super investors that are backing these plays. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I think there are names that get caught up because of the confusion around them, and people immediately call them meme plays. But I actually don't think of these ETH Treasury as meme stocks. Am I crazy?
No, they're not a meme stock. They're leverage. It's like, is Misty a meme stock? Is MSTX a meme stock? No, it's just leveraged against an underlying asset. That's all. So now, do they operate in a meme way? Yeah, because there's a lot of volatility, but I don't think they're meme stocks at all. Speaking of other stocks that are not meme stocks, Nvidia, this was pretty big last night. The Financial Times reported Nvidia and AMD will pay 15% of China chip sale revenues to the U.S. government. Trump today confirmed that is what's happening.
China already has. And I deal with Jensen, who's a great guy, and NVIDIA. The chip that we're talking about, the H20, it's an old chip. China already has it in a different form, different name, but they have it. Or they have a combination of two will make up for it and even then some. Now, Jensen's a very brilliant guy. And Jensen also has a new chip, the Blackwell. Do you know what the Blackwell is? The Blackwell is super duper advanced.
Tanner, you have to get a kick out of here. Like this is the president saying this, bro.
I wouldn't make a deal with that, although it's possible I'd make a deal, a somewhat enhanced in a negative way Blackwell. In other words, take 30% to 50% off of it. But that's the latest and the greatest in the world. Nobody has it. They won't have it for 5 years. But the H20 is obsolete. You know, it's one of those things, but it still has a market. So I said, listen, I want 20% if I'm going to approve this for you, for the country, for our country, for the U.S. I don't want it myself. You know, every time I say like 747, I want, yeah, for the Air Force. So I just wanted. So when I say I want 20, I want for the country. I only care about the country. I don't care about myself. And he said, would you make it 15? So we negotiate a little deal. So he's selling a essentially old chip that Huawei has a similar chip, a chip that does the same thing. And I said, good, if I'm going to give it to you, because they have they have a stopper, what we call a stopper, not allowed to do it. It's really known as a restrictive covenant. And I said, if I'm going to do that, I want you to pay us as a country something because I'm giving you a release. I released them only from the H20. Now, on the Blackwell, I think he's coming to see me again about that. But that will be a unenhanced version of the big one.
Okay, so on top of that, Sam Altman just tweeted, we are doubling our compute fleet over the next 5 months. So this situation should get better when it comes to giving people more access to GPT-5. Let's break this down step by step. But first, let's start off with you, Tanner. Do you think whatever Trump pulled off today, 15%, is it the right move?
For what? For Nvidia? I mean, like, whenever I saw it, I immediately thought, okay, well, the market's going to like this because they don't care about bad news. They just don't like uncertainty. And it was left in an uncertain point.
Agreed.
Jensen and Nvidia came out with a comment about Trump doing this deal, but then there was actually no statements made from the Trump administration. So that was a little bit worrisome. People thought that there was going to be a back out. Now, this 15% tax, I mean, I like the administration. This is crazy. Like, what is this? Is Nvidia a national security threat, or like, now he's like H20? These things are piles of junk. If China wants them, we'll sell them. But like, come on, like, they were a national security threat a month ago, and now they get a special tax on them. And then, you stopped the clip a little bit earlier, but he goes, if we sell the Blackwell super duper chips, then we're going to take 50%. Is it a national security threat or is it not? You know?
Look, I feel you. Steve, do you think this was a mafia move? Do you think it's ethical? How do you perceive this?
I mean, Tanner, maybe we're just so far ahead that it just doesn't matter anymore.
I agree, but the government doesn't get the half of it then.
I mean,
obviously they make the rules, but like, is that what people voted for? That's crazy to me. That's a company that was founded in this. The person who founded that company is still alive. Okay. Jensen started this company 30 years ago. And now the government's saying, hey, the product that you made is so strong that you're not allowed to sell to our adversaries. Oh, well, actually pay up. Like, it's just,
there really is no way to justify it, Steve.
What rule book does this fall
who's
under?
justifying it? The government has the power to take products off the market due to national security.
No, but there is no national security risk. If
what they just did is basically deem it a non-national security issue if they pay a tax, which doesn't make sense.
It's communist.
Bro, yesterday they said these are the most powerful chips in the world. These are the top tier chips that Nvidia can produce. Now he goes, these little dinky things, China already has them. Okay, Huawei's Ascend chips are exactly the same. That was not what they were saying 24 hours ago. You know?
Look, to me, I think, as much as I don't like it either, I think it's him realistically using Nvidia as a pawn against China, which I understand, to get a better deal with China. From that perspective, I get it. But it is what it is. I think Jensen was like, all right, I'd rather pay 15% than not sell anything to China.
Can we give Tanner a lot of credit here? Because I'm going to end up being wrong and Tanner's going to end up being right. Nvidia is going to hit 200 this year.
Oh, yeah. I think Tanner's going to be right about that. Yeah.
I thought it may hit 180 at the most this year.
That was my target, 185. And that was my target.
Nvidia may hit 215, 220.
Which would be a $5.07 trillion company roundabout.
I mean, Tanner called it. I did not think it had that capability this year. And the run into earnings, I mean, if they smash earnings, which it looks like they're going to do when you look at how much CapEx is being spent, this thing could be over 200 in 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
So
it only gets more bullish whenever the big names are coming out and saying they're going to double their compute fleet. Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, Tanner,
you can't do that without doubling your chips.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, not necessarily. The new chips that they're buying now are much more powerful. This is like the H100 equivalent chips that the million H100 equivalent chips that Elon Musk said that they're going to buy. Whenever you're talking about buying that in the case of like Vera Rubin's, you're not getting anywhere near. That's maybe a couple, like 10,000 or so. You know what I mean? Like,
you know, they're not stopping after 5 months from now.
Yes, 100%. This only continues.
The most exciting thing is ChatGPT has 700 million weekly users. There's 8 billion people on the planet. Like, when that turns to 1.5 billion weekly users, which, I mean, it's going to happen eventually, right? They're growing like crazy. They're going to need even more compute, and they're going to need the best version of it. And Jensen has this refresh cycle every couple of years that every hyperscaler needs to adapt to. It just feels like if you were a bear on Nvidia this whole year, you completely misunderstood the thesis. And
Yeah.
now it's so obvious that, it's
I
hard.
mean, look at me. I was bearish on Nvidia in 23. I argued with Tanner about it because the valuation didn't make sense. And then I changed my mind shortly after when the numbers started switching to a bull case.
Yeah, I mean, the weird thing is like I was on some X Spaces earlier, and there's people on there talking about how they're getting bearish on AI and stuff like that. I'm like, where do you even? How is this even possible?
I think
I
people are trying to be contrarian, bro.
Like the GPUs, we're not setting them up for a future in advance. Like they're being set up and being used to capacity at every single hyperscaler right now. Like we're overusing GPUs so much that they're melting. Okay. And that even then, just the maintenance of these chips, they don't last forever. So I just don't see how you could even be bullish right now because Amazon's not finding a cap to their growth on cloud. Meta's not selling their cloud the same way they are, but they need it for their own purposes and buying out such a mass amount. I mean, look at the freaking data centers that they want to set up. It's just insane. I just don't know how we picture a future where we're setting up buildings that are whatever 20 kilometers long, 5 gigawatts worth of power, and we see some sort of bearish future for Nvidia at any time soon. And by the way, we just hit the highest amount that Nvidia makes up for the S&P 500 at 8.2%.
I was going to ask you, what is your reaction to that?
I think we get above 10.
Whoa. So does this company just become like the biggest company ever in history and everyone owns it? Like
that's today.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Are you worried about the concentration of this?
I'm not sure. I do have concerns, but yeah. But now my concerns are shifting to, okay, well, governments are just going to start randomly taxing them because they're so big.
Wait, but hold on. The government tax thing, it goes to the conversation Steve and I were having last night. At some point, if AI is going to take away people's jobs, these companies are going to pay a tax, an AI tax, right? Some type of tax. Now, this is not that same situation with Trump. It's more political with China, but still, I mean, Tesla going to have to pay a robot tax one day if they replace all the blue collar jobs, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always thought like the government at some point might tokenize or tax token generation or something along those lines and try to, figure out the amount that each enterprise is using artificial intelligence or has humanoid robots and pay out some sort of universal basic income based on that in a long-term future.
Yeah, agreed. Steve, what do you think is the bear case for Nvidia in today's market?
CapEx slowing down, like a lot.
Is that it, or is there something else that we're not?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, look, we haven't seen any real competitors, so we can't go down the competitor road because it's just not there. If AMD was going to take market share away, they would have done it already. They're so far behind. So that's not really a threat. I'm not seeing Marvell or ARM, any of those companies, Intel. It's silly to even put Intel in the same sentence, but there's no competition for these chips. I mean, I think we can all agree on that. And if there's no competition for the chips, then the only bear case is that CapEx spend is going to slow down over the next 6 to 12 months. And when it does, these companies, the hyperscalers, are going to go into a complete maintenance mode and they're not going to need to refresh. So the revenue growth will stop and possibly decline. That's the only bear case. The problem with the bear case is there's no data to support that. All the data shows the CapEx spend trending higher, and these companies keep coming out and spending more. And I'm not seeing an end to this right now with how they're talking on the earnings calls. So I can't get bearish on Nvidia.
Yeah, I do think Sagig actually brings up a good point. I think that custom silicon is the only real threat right now. AMD,
No. Custom silicon from Amazon and Alphabet is more for their cloud services for running protocols and stacking compute, not for generative AI or for what they're utilizing the NVIDIA chips for.
yeah, I just don't think that NVIDIA can, they're not making their chips on a per customer basis. It's generalized. So, like, I would not mark off Broadcom from taking a good market share, like Sagig just said. Like, it's how they lost the Bitcoin, market share. Nvidia used to be the chips that used to get set up for those servers, and then they just continued to build what they were going to build, and then there was more specific custom silicon that ended up getting created for mining Bitcoin. And then now no one uses Nvidia for mining Bitcoin, really. So that could happen in certain areas of artificial intelligence markets or for different areas. So that's just not, I wouldn't write that off.
Do you guys care about national security? Because my dad asked me today when he came home today. What?
Well, that's just like, I mean, who's saying no?
No, my dad came home today and he was like, this Trump tax is horrible because, like, no, not the Trump tax is horrible. He said, why are we even selling NVIDIA chips to China? He was like, we shouldn't give the chips to China. And he was like, this Trump tax is like, why are they blah, blah, blah. They're negotiating all this stuff and that's not the right way to do it. I was like, Dad, I like money. And I own NVIDIA. I was like, you own NVIDIA. I was like, don't you care about money? He was like, why are you thinking about money? We have to think about national security. I was like, okay, so sell your NVIDIA. He's like, I'm not going to sell my NVIDIA. I was like, okay, so you want NVIDIA stock to go up, right? I was like, so do I. So we need that China revenue. So how do you guys reconcile China having our best technology, even if it's not the literal best, versus NVIDIA shareholder returns?
I don't think they're separated that easily. I think that China being able to purchase NVIDIA's chips keeps NVIDIA in the lead. That means less money to Huawei, more money to NVIDIA, more money for R&D, more U.S. tax dollars, more U.S. jobs. So I've been in support of NVIDIA selling their chips to China because one way or another, that's another competitor that I would keep on the list, is I would never write off China for being able to create a product that could end up beating Americans' products. Not everyone has to agree with me on this take, but look at what happened in solar, batteries, EVs. I mean, you leave China alone and you don't sell them your products, they'll create their own. But
Tanner, isn't this product so hard to replicate that even if China catches up, let's say it's 5 years from now, it's better that they stay behind? And when they catch up, NVIDIA's 5 generations ahead, or at least 2 generations ahead, right?
Yeah, but we don't know that they will stay. Like I think in this space, there could be breakthroughs that sort of leapfrog what we're expecting going forward. I don't think there's a roadmap to,
Okay, so let's change the question. If I were to hypothetically tell you NVIDIA will be 5 years behind if we don't sell them our chips, would you think it's worthwhile then to not sell them our chips to keep them further behind the AI race?
Sure. Yeah.
At the behest of shareholder profits.
Well,
because NVIDIA then wouldn't sell to China. There would be, $20 billion.
I mean, as a shareholder, I have a different opinion than the president of the United States.
As a shareholder, would you, if I told you 5 years from now, NVIDIA still wouldn't catch up if we just didn't sell them the H20s?
I think AI has the power to be the biggest weapon and generator of profits and everything as such a multiplier. So I think to lose certain aspects of being the leading country and reserve currency and all of those things have a bigger impact on your portfolio than NVIDIA going up. So I would still probably back the side of the United States national security versus NVIDIA.
Okay, Steve, same question to you. If I could tell you in 5 years China would not catch up, but that means NVIDIA can't sell to them, as a shareholder, which would you pick?
If they can't catch up?
Yeah, if I could guarantee if NVIDIA didn't sell the H20s, China would be 5 years behind. which is a long time in AI years, but Nvidia would miss out on that 20 billion per year of revenue, what would you decide to do?
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I think I'd be okay with it. There's not look, they're going to be able to create their own chips, whether they're as good as or if they're not as good, doesn't really matter at this point. I think it's more, do you expect us to go to war with them anytime soon? And I don't. I really don't think we're going to get into a global conflict like that because nobody wins. And that's very low on my list of probabilities. I think the bigger thing is with AI, making sure that it doesn't get out of control. Because what if AI takes down all the power grids? That's my biggest fear. Because if it does, for some reason, you're going to see pandemonium and chaos within 24 hours.
I really want the I'm happy that we're selling to China, but also because it's written on like the future will be written on American tech. I would hate if the computer that I used every day was like Microsoft was a Chinese company, or Apple was a Chinese company, or YouTube was from a Chinese company. I love the fact that all of these superpower companies are all American. It stands up to, private companies are what make America what it is today. It's not just about what the government is doing. I think private companies winning is what's really dominating for the economy. I mean, obviously. And by the way, I hope that this video is shared whenever I, for my immigration form to get into America, not the one wherever I said that America was a mob and charging NVIDIA 15%. So let's just be selective on what we're clipping here, guys.
Why, they're trying to move?
Well,
dude, leave Canada. Come to the US, bro.
It's not, dude. I don't know if you guys realize this. I had a lot easier time going whenever Biden was in office. Now it's like not so easy. Like,
no, just give them 15% of your YouTube ad revenue, and then
let me national security. What?
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
I want you to be an American, bro. I would welcome you with open arms to America. Dude, imagine you lived in New York and we could like hang out. Like, that'd be cool, bro.
I remember talking with like Vlad at like the first time I met him at the Hood Summit or whatever. And he's like, so why don't you move to America? I was like, if anyone had the power to help me with this, it's you. Like, there's not a, and then he laughed it off and I was like, yeah, no, I was joking. Yeah. Like,
could Vlad do it? Could he call someone to help you get?
No, but I think he could hire me.
Oh, right.
That's what I think the solution that I was suggesting. Not that I actually want employment from like I like to be able to be critical on those companies, but
the worst thing about being hired by a SoFi, a Hood, a Palantir is you can never talk about them
ever again.
You can never say another public thing about them ever. So kind of would ruin the ability to have conversations about them.
Yeah. You can just marry someone here. I'm not doing that, Laura. I see you trying to get in. It's not gonna happen.
I mean, dude, we could get married.
Yep. Dude, you're not helping the allegations at all, bro.
Just saying, it's just a court document. That's all it is, right? It's not that serious. Like,
now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
No, Apu and Ned, bro. Apu and
you
Ned.
Don't even know that reference that I said at all.
Of course he doesn't.
I know
he's
Chuck
just
and
typing
Larry,
in. He has
bro.
no idea.
Yeah,
it's the 2007 movie, comedy and romance, hour 55 minutes. I now pronounce it. Obviously.
Dude.
The classic hour 55 comedy and romance. I'm just reading the
worst.
IMDb.
Amit is the worst.
Dude, I feel like I've seen this before, but I don't remember anything about it. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, huh? Is it worth watching, guys? Is it worth taking a...
I don't think so.
No?
Not anymore.
Okay, so we're all bullish NVIDIA. We're all just like bulls on NVIDIA. We're just like, all right, NVIDIA.
Yeah, for me, it's I don't want to buy anywhere near whenever it's, more than half of my portfolio. Right now it's not. I think it's 45% last time I checked. But I'm happy to hold it right now. I'm not actively buying it. I'm buying things that. Oh my God! How did we not talk about this?
What?
You know what I might be buying soon? Hold on. Shift 4.
Oh, I
Oh,
did
you
see
know
this.
what? I
did see
went
this.
somewhere today to buy lunch that had shift for terminals.
There you go. There you
Well,
go.
the stock's up 8% because Mr. Jared Isaacman bought, was it 4 million worth of shares? Something like
16 million.
that? 16 million worth of shares.
This is a company he started when he was 16 years old. And yeah.
Well, Trump said he can't be in the White House anymore, so now he's going to keep running it, right?
Yep. Yeah. Taylor Lauber. So he's not running it. There's a CEO now, Taylor Lauber. He's been at the company forever, though. He was running it before they called him the CEO. Like, this is the Harley Finkelstein of Shopify.
Right.
Okay. So it's very much a similar sort of situation of the Taylor Lauber, Jared Isaacman, Toby Lucky, Harley Finkelstein. But he essentially, Taylor Lauber came out during the earnings call and said, well, Jared Isaacman had not been selected as the head of NASA is a big loss for the United States as a country. It's a big win for Shift 4 shareholders, and that he is back to work. So, yeah. And you can obviously see he's damn well positive, positive on the company because he's buying a crap ton. Do you remember the time whenever Anthony Noto was buying SoFi stock? And he was just constantly every day.
It was like it was from 14 down to 4 for like 2 years.
Yeah. That equated to about $16 million worth of shares purchased. Jared did that in 2 days.
Okay, so are we buying 4?
Well,
and can we yell out 4 while we buy it?
I've been a shareholder for a while.
Steve, you should be laughing at that. Come on, we just had that joke yesterday. Okay, anyway, it was a golf. Go ahead, Tanner. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I actually had to listen through that conversation that you guys had. It was crazy.
Okay, are you buying tomorrow, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I think I want to relook at the numbers. This is one of those names where I kind of review it on a quarterly basis now because they don't put out enough press releases for me to, continue to re-underwrite it. But I'm going to look at it again. I think that's a very exciting move. He's obviously showing that this company has a lot more to go in it, and he hasn't sold a share since he stepped away from CEO position. In fact, he's doubled down. So that's awesome.
Steve, are you buying?
I don't know enough about the company to buy it.
I don't either, but dude, in this environment when everything's expensive and insider buying like TMDX 2 days ago, it's got to be bullish, right?
You know what's crazy? This will be a fun activity for you, Steve. If you please can promise me you'll do this. Okay. Look at PayPal, which you've looked at positively recently, and then look at Shift 4 and you tell me which one you like better.
Okay.
One's a $7 billion company, about the same forward PE. I think it's a 14 times forward PE, growing at high double digits with, guidance saying they want to grow faster than 30% over the next 3 years. They're doing buybacks. Stock-based compensation as a percentage of revenue is 1.6%, less than that.
Really? 1.6?
Crazy.
These guys are a payment processor, right? That's what they do?
Yes. Yeah. But now, so there's big steps that they're making. So they used to be like for restaurants and they're the number one payment processor for hospitality, like resorts, golf. I don't know what they're called. Golf resorts, hotels, different places like that. And they went from just being in the States to now being in 75 countries over the last 2 years. Growing very fast. PayPal doesn't put up these numbers, They're
growing 30% year over year.
So yes and no. But yeah, they want to accelerate up to 30+% over the next 3 years as a compounded annual growth rate. And they're working with SpaceX. They're working with Blue Origin. They are super into crypto. They're number 2 in restaurants behind Toast, number 1 in hospitality, number 1 in stadiums. They have like an 80+% market share of stadiums in America. They're a super interesting company. And the interesting part is, like right now they're doing all hardware and stuff like this, but now they're starting to get into unified commerce. So starting to compete with the, the Stripes of the world, and they want to very much set up a system like that. So they've done that with a few airlines already, stuff like this, so they can help with the terminals at the airports, but then also help with signing up online as well, like buying your tickets, stuff like this. And I've spoken with the CEO, and he said, hey, like one day we want to compete for the, Spotify's of the world, the Netflixes, like the, their ambitions are a multi-trillion-dollar payments industry.
Is this way too competitive though for them, or like, do you think they have a moat?
They have moats in certain areas. So what's funny is that in restaurants and stuff, I think that they won't stop growing forever, because what actually happens is a lot of these restaurants worldwide, they go to a hardware company, they buy these payment terminals, and then they call up a payments company and they say, hey, I need you to set up payments on these terminals. And they end up having to pay for subscriptions for both. Like they pay for the payments and they pay for the hardware. And what Shift4 does is they go to these hardware companies. They say, oh, you're a failing hardware company because no one sells hardware products anymore. We'll buy you for pennies on the dollar. They buy up these companies and the thousands and thousands of merchants that go with it. They say, hey, you no longer have to pay for this hardware anymore. And in fact, you don't have to pay for your payments anymore. We're going to take all that over for you in one nice tech stack. We're going to hook everything up. We're going to help with, your back-end payments, your payroll, everything, all in one, almost like a restaurant operating system. And that has been very successful. And so whenever they do an acquisition, their revenue on those clients actually drop because they're dropping off that old style of revenue. And then they've, over time, end up making a lot more on a recurring basis for payments.
So they don't do they compete with Block or no?
Yeah, with Square Seller, yeah. Yeah.
All right, it's worth looking into. I mean, CEO buying 16 million of stock, bro. That's not.
It's the cheapness of the actual company. I haven't done a PEG ratio on it, but like it must be like a 0.5, if that. It's incredible.
Year to date, this bad boy is down 20%.
Yeah. Yeah. But I was pounding the table on this company when it was $55, so I'm all right.
Oh, so you already own it. You have it.
Oh, I've been a shareholder for a while, yeah.
Okay.
I have interviews with Jared Isaacman on my channel. I have I went to the investor day. I'm like the only guy in retail that covers this company.
I mean, maybe it's worth more coverage, dude. The insider just told you, CEO just told you he wants 16 million more of it. So, are you buying TTD after that drop?
No.
Are you selling TTD after that drop?
No. I did buy a little bit on the original drop whenever it went down to like down 28% or something. I bought a little bit, but then as it continued to drop, I was getting worried that I wasn't seeing something. And then I started reading the analyst reports and they were like, hey, competition is getting steep. And honestly, I think it's one of those times where like I've purchased some companies that have dropped off of their high valuations, but that can only happen once. This is like a little rule that I have to remind myself. If a company has a drop off where they end up dropping so much from the last period, whenever they were selling at like $144 a share, one single quarter of a mistake or a lower than expected guidance is fine. Like Adyen, for example, whenever I bought that at, $7 a share, it immediately jumped back up because people realized that they oversold it. The trade desk just did that twice in a 6-month period. It's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. So maybe competition is stepping up. I also bought App in my own portfolio on the drop from earnings. So they actually ended up dropping to, I think, like 350. I ended up getting shares at 361, and then that skyrocketed whenever the market opened.
That was a good buy. That was a great buy.
Yeah.
That was a great buy.
Yeah. And you know I did it because I live stream everything. I did it right on the stream.
Dude, we have to convince Steve right now to start his YouTube channel.
You do, man. It's awesome. Holds you accountable.
Steve, if you were to go live every week, I think people would love it.
I'm going to start something else.
No, we know you got the newsletter coming. We know that. But still, I think if you start a live, like a Saturday night live stream with Steve.
I mean, that's not a horrible idea.
Just get a nice snack and then talk about the stock market or whatever.
I'd love to take out Saturday Night Live because they're no longer funny.
Dude, does anyone in the chat, do you guys watch? Tanner, have you ever seen Saturday Night Live? Do people watch this anymore?
I mean, I've seen it. I don't watch it at all.
It used to be so much better, but it was just different back in the day with Sandler and Farley and Chevy. I mean, they were just, I don't know. I think today it's not nearly as good as it used to be.
But do you guys watch cable television at all?
No, not really.
I don't have cable.
Okay, that's crazy talk.
No, I don't have cable either. What do you mean that's crazy talk?
It's
What do you-
crazy.
You're
talk.
crazy talk. You have
Dude,
Have you
I
read
have,
a
like,
Nelson
every channel
Nielsen's
on
report
cable.
before? No one is like.
I have Netflix. I got Prime. I just got Paramount Plus, which is awesome.
But why do you have cable?
What if I want to watch something?
You have every subscription necessary. Actually, I have YouTube.
I need
TV, so I guess
Bloomberg and CNBC from cable. What if I want, and then I need HBO because you never know when Game of Thrones is coming out.
No, but you have HBO Max. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but I have HBO Max for free through my cable subscription.
Oh, okay. That's fair. Technically, I have cable because I have YouTube TV, so I guess I pay for cable.
Yeah, I technically have a form of that as well for CNBC and Bloomberg. And
But like,
stuff.
who sits down on their couch and
I don't even pay for
I
it.
will tell you that my wife watches cable. She doesn't watch Hulu or anything like that.
But what does she watch on cable?
I don't know. Those shows on Bravo.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And she watches. I mean, look, I watch it too. Like The Rookie, stuff like that. I'll sit down and watch if I'm just flipping through the channels. But I will tell you, Paramount Plus. I just started watching Criminal Minds again. So good, like really good.
Tanner, what shows do you watch? I've never asked you this question.
Oh, we got some big news about the UFC that we should talk about.
Oh yeah, we should.
They just pulled off a power move of all power moves.
I saw something about someone upgrading TKO. I think it's new streaming thing or something. I didn't end up reading it.
All the big pay-per-views are going to be on CBS and Paramount next year.
Dude, the value of this deal to have
It's
exclusive rights.
incredible.
No, but it's more than the market cap of Paramount. Why is this company in the S&P 500 still? Goodness gracious.
Dana White don't miss.
I think this is really smart for Paramount. Really smart for Paramount.
They just
Dude.
killed pay-per-view.
It's incredible how popular. I watch UFC, but I don't think I've even realized how popular it is.
I mean, I've
Like-
been watching it since like 2002. Maybe even earlier, maybe 2000.
I don't know who was popular back then, but I have gone through the Royce Gracies to the but I really started watching like
What? I'm sorry, say that name again.
Royce
Hoyce?
Gracie. Sorry.
And you do jiu-jitsu? And you just mispronounced the Godfather's name? What are you doing?
My bad.
Tanner, don't apologize for that. Don't let him guilt you into
He
apology.
should apologize.
And you know what's funny? I've
making him
actually
feel
just started
guilty.
watching UFC BJJ. I don't know if you've seen these on YouTube.
I have.
Whoo, that's so good.
I will tell you, I really like the Eddie Bravo Invitational that he did. I mean, phenomenal. I like that whole concept about it with the open palm strikes and stuff. I think it's really good.
Yeah, it
Because
just
you can't
allows.
just sit there in a stupid position.
Yeah.
You know what's
Yeah.
better than the UFC, bro?
Oh God.
No, hold on. I got to see if I can find this clip. Because there is content on Instagram itself.
Tanner, did you see the huge slam from this weekend?
No. No,
you
I
gotta find it. Oh my God.
Well, don't play it here. We can't watch it here.
It is. You remember when Rampage in Pride slammed the guy's name is on the tip of my tongue, but do you remember that big power slam?
Yep.
This one was more violent.
That's crazy.
I've got something. I don't think this would demonetize the stream. Would it demonetize?
No,
it?
you cannot put any UFC stuff.
It's
at
not
all.
UFC. It's not. Let me do the Instagram version of it. The Instagram.
No,
version
please don't. Please
No, no, it's not
don't.
UFC. It's not UFC. Don't worry.
I know, but it's going to be some version of this.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, they're genuine. I'm not doing YouTube. They're not gonna.
Is it a combat sport at all?
No. This is better than UFC, bro. I'm
Is
telling
it
you.
like badminton?
I'm
Power
telling you.
slap?
Wait. Hold on. Is this not UFC?
It's not UFC.
Well, this is owned by Dana
Yeah,
White.
this is TKO. Turn this off, bro.
This is owned by.
Yes, this
This
is Dana White.
White.
This is Dana White. Turn it off.
Okay, well, the slap fighting championship.
Power slap is I mean,
That's
pretty
them.
crazy.
I can watch those for hours. Okay.
I think that's stupid. I think it's a terrible thing. It's just watching
I
brain
gotta tell
damage.
you, I do not want to see Amanda Nunes come back. She's gonna get mollywopped.
Wait, hold on. How do you think people?
Did she do slap?
No, I'm talking about she's coming out of retirement to fight for the title.
I got you.
No, how do you think the slapping is horrible, but fighting people, making them bleed in UFC is better? Like how? Like,
Because it's there. You can defend yourself.
Yeah, this you can't defend yourself.
no, but
It's
you get a
look at the
slap.
draw.
But you also get a slap back. So you have to.
Yeah, but what if you
then-
get knocked
there's
down
just-
the first slap?
No. You have to be able to take a punch, take a slap, and then you have
Yes,
to be able
but
to
to
slap
be a good
harder.
fighter, you don't have to take a punch.
What are you
like-
talking- Of course, you have to be able to take a punch as a like. You're gonna get punched eventually as a fighter.
I mean, that might not be true. Like if
What do
you
mean
look
that
at
every fighter gets punched. What are you talking?
well, look at Mayweather Jr. I think he's probably got punched
Do
hard in his
not-
head.
Do not
5
say
times.
that because Shane Mosley came so close to putting out Mayweather's lights.
I know, but
You
he's
take a
gotten
punch.
punched hard a couple times, and he
You
has
take a punch.
50 fights. Like, you don't have to get punched.
Okay,
And,
that's
and
fair.
that's
just-
all I'm saying.
It's
Is that
entertaining to see it.
There's some level of your decision on how risky you want to be in the ring.
Tanner, let me ask you this: who's your Mount Rushmore in the UFC
Um,
or MMA in general? Make it broad.
well,
Mine
in MMA in general, Gordon Ryan's my absolute favorite right now. He's the greatest BJJ fighter of all time.
Okay, but he's only done take tournaments out of it, like Pride / UFC, because Gordon Ryan hasn't made the transition.
He will.
But he hasn't yet, so he can't be on there. Pride in UFC.
Dude, Tanner, do you even know 4 people?
He does.
No, he doesn't.
No, of course I do. I just don't know if I would say like Israel Adesanya.
I just want you to join me for being someone who can't name 4 people.
Anderson Silva, I would definitely put up there. He's by far the most entertaining person to ever watch.
All right, so you got one.
Conor McGregor? How's he not on the Mount Rushmore? What are you guys talking about? Like,
Well, I mean, he got defeated. I'd rather put Khabib up there. Like he is.
I'll argue all day Khabib's overrated.
Why? Because he hasn't fought a lot of superstars.
No, because look what Ally Quinta did on 3 or 4 days' notice. Like he couldn't put him away. Like that went 5 rounds.
Mighty Mouse. Someone said Mighty Mouse. I'd absolutely put him up there.
I have no idea who my guy's name is.
Demetrius.
Mighty Mouse.
His real name's Demetrius Johnson.
His nickname.
His name's Demetrius Johnson. Pound for
All right,
pound,
so
he's
we
the
got
greatest
2
fighter of
for
all
you.
time.
We got 2. 'Cause
Max
I have my Mount
Holloway.
Rushmore.
Max Holloway, maybe. But I don't know if I put these in the John Jones, definitely.
All right,
The Bones
so
Jones, I'd
here's
definitely
my
put
Mount
him there.
Rushmore, Tanner.
What?
Here's my Mount Rushmore.
No, you wouldn't put John Jones up there?
I'm going to give you my Mount Rushmore.
Go
John
ahead.
Jones, regardless of the drug tests, hands down greatest fighter. of all time.
Regardless of the pregnant women, go ahead.
Regardless of the drug tests, it's arguably him or Fedor. Him and Fedor are in my Mount Rushmore, and then I put GSP in there. And unfortunately, I gotta go with Anderson Silva.
Anderson Silva is the most entertaining fighter of all time. There's not. I don't even think there's a second place.
Can we do?
No.
Can we?
Who's the second place? I mean,
Can we do a Mount Rushmore of stocks?
Mount Rushmore.
Can we do that? Your top 4 stock. Can we? All right. What's the timeline on this? We'll end up the stream on this. What's the timeline?
I mean, Nvidia's got to be on it.
No. We each have our own. We each have to have our own because I'm gonna have different ones than you guys. I think next 5 years, Mount Rushmore over the next 5 years. What
The
4 names?
whole thing about Mount Rushmore is not forward-looking; it's previous, past.
Yeah, but these stocks are dynamic, right? They'll change over time. So in the next 5 years, what do you think will be on the Mount Rushmore of the stock market?
Nvidia, Microsoft, Meta, Amazon. Nothing changes.
Put it in the chat as well. Your top 4 next 5 years. Nvidia, Microsoft, Amazon. What's the other one? Nvidia, Microsoft, Amazon. What's the other one?
Meta.
Meta.
Okay. What's yours, Tanner? I'll do mine easily. Nvidia, Palantir, Hood, Tesla. It's not that hard, to be honest. Next 5 years, dude. You guys laughed at me when I picked Palantir and Hood in the portfolio.
No, I'm not laughing at that. It's just not that hard, honest.
These are the winners, baby. And then you got Nvidia and Tesla's lagging, but still.
I just like how you said it's not that hard, honestly. Can we talk about how you, after the stream last time, guys, this really did happen. He said, by the way, there's this artist, and I don't know if you guys know him. His name is Drake. And he was explaining to me, a person from Toronto, who Drake was. And then he said, okay, name one song. I had to check back in my Spotify. I have 73 Drake songs
you guys
saved.
Want to know the first song that he named? You want to know the first song he named? One Dance. Like, come on, bro. You're not really from Toronto, bro. You're like, you don't, or if you are, you don't really like Drake.
And then I said 6 p.m. in New York.
Okay, then you redeemed yourself, but still, bro, that first song, One Dance, are you kidding me, bro? Like, that's not.
I just wanted to make sure that you knew what song I was going to say. Do you not remember we were with someone in Toronto, and whenever Company came on by Drake, I was in the front seat and I was slapping your leg to get you hyped up. Do you not remember this? I was singing Drake to your face.
I think I'm a bigger Drake fan than you, though.
Yeah, of course you are, but you said there's a person named Drake. You made it out to be like I'm delusional.
Yeah, technically Roy was there as well, and I didn't think Roy knew Drake, and so I just like that. That's the logic. I didn't, it wasn't really about you, but and Roy, to his credit, didn't really know much about Drake. I mean, he knew his name, but anyway, what's your top 4?
I would pick the companies that are going to move the most in 5 years. Is that what you said, or the most important companies?
Your personal Mount Rushmore over the next 4 years or 5 years.
I think the 4 most important companies over the next 5 years will be the 4 that Steve named. It's hard to disagree with that.
Dude, where is your loyalty? Why? Like, what's wrong with you in SoFi? Why don't you ever include SoFi?
It's the most important company, the most important stocks in the world, and you're going to put a $20 billion company. Come on, it has to be these.
Dude, you're not a ride or die type of guy, is what I'm getting.
I think it's crazy that you put Hood up there. I mean, at the end of the day, they're a brokerage.
It's going to be one of the most important financial companies in 5 years. Like, it's going to happen. All right,
I think they'll appreciate a lot. I don't know. And somewhere you got to put Google. I mean, there was a chart that someone, I think Fiscal AI ended up posting about it. The over time from 2014 to 2025, the net income over time. I mean, Google just is insane. And the stock appreciation doesn't look the same, but they are printing.
Okay, well, let's actually end on this. Steve, what do you think is the mystery stock that Buffett's buying?
UNH.
I don't know.
What if it's Google?
It's probably UNH.
It's probably UNH.
I don't think he's buying UNH.
Super investors are buying UNH.
I know, but I think Buffett's...
He likes healthcare.
Does he? He likes insurance. It's like healthcare. I don't know if he loves healthcare.
I could be wrong, but I feel like he's had big... Am I wrong there?
What's the big healthcare stock? But no, I don't think he's a healthcare. He's an insurance guy, but this is already $5 billion they bought of it. Thursday we could get the final answer. I think it's another insurance play, but I don't know if it's UNH. But it wouldn't surprise me if
it's BMNR. Yeah. Dude, Tom Lee will go down as one of the great, like, of all time. If he gets Buffett to buy BMNR, Well, actually, it's not Buffett anymore, right? But yeah, whatever Greg buys.
It's Duolingo.
What is going on with the sell-off on Duolingo? I saw that. I'm like,
I'm kind of getting interested because I think people are getting way too bearish over AI disrupting Duolingo. And I'm like, dude, they're growing revenues 40%. What are we talking about here? Like,
yeah, I didn't realize that they had a chess learner. That got me really excited because I just know how much people are loving chess, which is actually one of the great reasons. Some people think that AI is going to like take all the curiosity and love out of learning things. Look at chess. Chess is a solved game practically. Okay. And yet chess has never been more popular. It's kind of interesting.
chess, I went down a rabbit hole on chess in 2019 when I learned about Magnus Carlsen and Bobby Fischer, and it is like the media on chess. If you guys look at some of the chess YouTube channels, they're like millions of subscribers.
Yep. Gotham Chess, Hikaru Nakamura.
Yep.
These guys are huge.
These guys are massive.
Yeah, and I watch them all the time.
I see their videos here and there, dude. I like the chess celebrity ecosystem. It's like athletes, but in chess, and so there's narratives and all this stuff that get formed around it. Steve, do you know how to play chess or no?
Yes,
Are you good at it?
I can hang.
Tanner will probably beat both of us.
You guys got elos or what? No, I'm not that good.
You have an elo?
Well, yeah, you get an elo for playing.
No, but like you have to register through the whole thing. Like I'm not that into it. I mean, I play it, but I didn't.
I just mean my
register.
chess.com elo. I'm not signing up for tournaments.
Oh, yeah, no, I've never signed up for my elo. I play on Live Chess. It's the easiest one.
And what's your elo?
I don't know, dude. I'm not logged in. I just play quick blitz and I play.
Chess has an elo, but it's roughly about 200 to 300 points higher than chess.com. So you can be like kind of an 1800 player, but then you're a 1500 player over at chess.com. It's kind of weird. But yeah. I'm no good, guys. I'm probably like on bullet chess, which is what I play the most. I think I'm like 1250. So there'll be a lot of people in chat that just laughed.
I'm probably much worse than that. Evan said he'll beat you in chess.
You never know who's good at chess.
Do you know how to play poker?
No, not really.
Okay, so Steve has to teach us poker.
Like I know how to play poker, but I can't say like I know. Yeah.
All right, so final question, CPI tomorrow. Steve, you think it has any impact or no?
I don't know. We're gonna find out. I don't really care.
Okay. Tanner, you have any thoughts on CPI?
No. Someone said Tanner said he was 1,000 elo last time he mentioned it. Important. He's learning. All right. No, I don't. I'm more of a react from the numbers I see than try to predict them from macro events like this.
Yeah, I don't think CPI affects Nvidia.
But
I mean, I don't meaning I don't think it affects the market, and so if it doesn't affect the market, I think we move on from it. Peter Thiel did buy a company after hours. It was disclosed a 7% stake, and that stock was up 50% after hours. It looks like another biotech, if I'm not wrong.
who?
Peter Thiel. He bought 7.5% of this stock. ATNF. Is it an Ethereum treasury? ATNF.
Someone's saying ETHZilla.
It's up 54% after hours.
Jeez.
180 Life Sciences Corporation. That's why I thought it was a biotech. Is this another ETH treasury? Really?
Someone said, any thoughts on Upstart? Can I take this?
Yeah, go ahead. Oh yeah, they just raised 150 million on a convertible note to buy Ethereum, bro. Goodness gracious. That means Peter Thiel is really saying he likes Ethereum based on these moves. Okay, Upstart.
No, I wasn't going to say too much, but they just did another convertible note out to 2032. They're trying to raise as much money to get their business going. I don't know how good it'll be, but I think it shows that the market for loans right now is unbelievably huge. And whenever Upstart does well, you know that SoFi is going to do well. So very interested in following Upstart, but I don't have too many opinions of their own product. I don't like some of their practices. They do loss sharing agreements, stuff like this, which kind of takes away from the loan platform business. And they also decreased their take rate this quarter. So that was a little bit concerning as well. But aside from that, I mean, fine business, I guess. It's my take on Upstart.
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of Upstart, but I mean, they have been.
You got to love it. The insider holdings on that company is huge. Like the CEO is going to ride or die with that business. So, yeah.
Steve's milk delivery man has given a $2 super chat. What flavor is that today? Blueberry?
Blueberry pomegranate.
You like the blueberry one?
It's really good.
Dude, I can't drink a yogurt at 10:50 at night. Like I'm not built to do that.
Have you ever tried?
No, I haven't. You're right.
Well, then how do you know you can't?
It's a good point. I just wouldn't want to. But I get your point.
So admit, I do need your help with something when we're done.
Okay.
So I need you for 5 minutes.
Okay. That works. Guys, Steve and Tanner don't care about Grab, so there's not much to talk about with Grab. I'm bullish on it. There's a good community on Twitter that likes it. Tanner's not a fan. Steve's not a fan. So
I'm not a fan. I just don't know enough.
Yeah, I mean, like they just don't care enough, which is okay.
Yeah.
Not everyone has to care about these types of stocks. The teal stock was ANTF. Or sorry, ATNF. And Matthew, thanks for the super chat. Net of YouTube fees, here's a $10. Appreciate you, Matthew.
What a gem that is.
That is a gentleman. Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate that super chat as well. Okay, I think that is it. We'll be back next week. We'll have Robinhood metrics on Wednesday. So, yeah, we'll analyze that. We'll get that after the close. We'll see what we get from there. And in general, let me just ask you guys this question before we sign off. Rest of August, you think S&P closer to 6,500 or 6,200 if you had to pick one?
At the end of the year?
At the end of August.
At the end of August.
And yes, Tanner did buy AppLovin.
I say bullish, baby. Let's go.
Steve,
but I really don't. I'm
65. What are you thinking?
6,500. You got Nvidia in a week and a half.
I forgot we do have. Yeah,
that's true.
Dude, Nvidia, if it has the move, it's going to carry the S&P. It's 8% of the.
Hey, Mick, guess what?
What?
Higher.
Yes, higher. Dude, it is kind of wild to imagine we are living through this type of market. Like, we could have been born in freaking 1947, you know? Like we're all here today, and we're getting this opportunity to invest in. I mean, like, not only do we get to be alive during this time, we get the opportunity to invest. Like, to make money, you need an opportunity where you can allocate capital. And the age of AI is giving it to us. So it is pretty incredible. All right. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. We'll be back next Monday. And I'll see you guys tomorrow in the market open. Bye, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye, guys.
Later.